Hi everyone, it's Heather from True North Spirit Medicine here. How are you going today? Welcome to the monthly energy reading for July 2025. And you might notice that you haven't got my face today. Faceless video. Yeah, I just honestly, I couldn't be bothered. You know, sometimes it's a bit of an extra effort to mostly organize the background, actually. Yeah, anyway, so you haven't got my face. Here's a photo of my face, but not my face moving. Anyway, I hope you're well, and I hope that June treated you well. It was a bit of a rough ride for some. And there's big astro happening, and I can't remember any of it right now. But, you know, there's good people that I follow that I've pointed you towards before that you can keep an eye on what's going on in terms of the space weather forecasts. So Pam Gregory is a good one. Kari Samuels is a good one. Yeah, and there's obviously others that you might know of. But yeah, I guess I just want to remind people to not take everything personally, is what I want to say. And Pam Gregory often talks about, you know, you choose the way that the music plays out. Like she talks about the astrology being like music, and so the planetary alignments and all the rest of it are maybe the notes on the page, but you get to choose, you know, what key you play it in or sing it in or whatever, you know, like are you going to be like right down the bottom with the bass notes, or are you going to be right up the top with the, you know, sopranos or whatever, you know. And that's the free will part. We get to choose how we respond to things. We get to choose how, you know, which experiences that we draw to ourselves, and which experiences or people or situations or whatever that we repel from ourselves as well. And they're sort of pointing out that as I'm saying that it's a really potent time for that. It's a really potent time for, I guess, what we often talk about as manifesting, you know. Yeah, it's a like attract like universe, right? So what you put out, you receive. So if your thoughts are of a higher mind, then you're likely to see more gratitude and luck and love and benevolence around you. So yeah, just be really aware of, I was going to say where your thoughts are pointing you, but they're sort of showing me like the bow of a ship. So it's more like where your thoughts are steering you, you know. You got your hand on the tiller, and you know, you get to choose which way you point your boat. Obviously I'm not a sailor because, you know, the language, I don't know the right language anyway. So yeah, just be mindful of that. And again, good food, grounding, extra water. There's been new crop circles, there's been new radiation with the new parts in space that we're passing through, and the new kind of auroras that we've been seeing and stuff. So yeah, grounding, good food and rest, and lots of extra water. Okay, so merchy, promo-y stuff. I'm still doing one-on-one readings. Get in touch if you'd like one of these for yourself, particularly pertaining to your situations. Still doing Reiki. Attunements are only in person, but everything else I can do distantly. Still have the 2 merchandise shops. All the links for these are below. Oracle card deck progress, exciting. I'm making more progress on the next portrait, which is Celestia. Have I told you it's Celestia? I don't know if I told you that part. It's Celestia. So there's some complicated wave painting action that's happening. Waves are difficult. Anyway, I've been studying, and so I think I'm giving it a go. Plant communication course is still available, will be available forever and a day, hopefully, thankfully, yay. And I've made progress on the psychic development one. Did I tell you last month? I can't remember. I've filmed it. Did I tell you? Yeah, I think I did because I was having camera problems. Yeah, so I've filmed a new one, and it's just going to take me a bit longer to edit than what I initially expected, just because there's a lot of real life stuff happening at the moment that needs my time. But it'll come when it comes, I guess. Yeah, so I'm quite excited about it. Spirit guide meditation, upgrade your energy meditation, and the chakra balance meditations are still all available. Again, the links are below. And I think that was it. I feel like I've forgotten to say something. Not sure. New design on Redbubble from the other day, which is exciting. But yeah, I think that was it. Merchy, promo-y wise. Okay, so I've got 2 decks today. So I've got the Green Witch Oracle by Cheralyn Darcey, artwork by somebody. It's not on the front of the box. It'll be in the description below. And the Spirit Animal Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reid, artwork by somebody who'll be in the description box below. So just before I turned the camera on, I shuffled both decks, asked for the best, highest, most relevant, beautiful, peaceful, easy messages for those people watching today, whenever your today is, and drew 3 cards from the Green Witch Oracle and 1 from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. So again, I'll drop them into the video and I'll post them up on the socials in the next few days, or in the next few days after I publish the video. And there's no real reason for that other than I usually need a break from the computer because I've been editing and stuff. So yeah, okay, cool. Which way shall we do it? Yeah, I'll show you the cards as we go along, but I like them. As soon as and they came out in the right order as well, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, okay, so we'll start with the channel-y bit. That's what they want to do, and I guess we'll do the cards through them. Greetings, dear ones, and thank you as always for being with us here today. We ask that you close your eyes if it is safe to do so in your current situation. Current location. Do not do this if you are driving a car, my friends. But otherwise, we ask that you close your eyes and join us on this journey of channeling with Heather and the rest of the spiritual team today. We invite you to close your eyes and breathe into your heart space, my friends, that beautiful green, emerald green chamber that lives in the center of your body. It is full of peace and love. It is full of us, if you allow us. The divine spirit, the divine spark of all light, of all life. The wisdom of the ages is in your heart space, my friends. When you lead from the heart in all that you do, your life becomes smoother. It is as though you might be walking a rocky path, but you have lots of floodlights, as you say, illuminating the path before you, so you can see the divots and the bumps and the pebbles or boulders in your way, and you can navigate your way around them. If there is light, everything is easier, my friends. If you were stumbling around in the dark with no light at your side, everything would be difficult. But if you allow us, and the easiest way to connect with us, my friends, is through your breath. Breathe into your heart space and imagine that your heart space is expanding in front of you, almost like a torch beam or a lighthouse beam. But it is made of love. Light is love. And it illuminates all before you. When you ask us for our assistance, we will be there, a bit like this Rhino spirit This first card says overcome any obstacles, and we wish to point out what look like wings at its side. And we wish to point out these wings at the rhino's side as being a symbol of us, my friends, being a symbol of us. Always at your side, always at your side. And we point out the beautiful bouquet of flowers around this beautiful animal. Pinks, reds, whites, and the green leaves, all symbolic of love. So you see the rhino spirit. The rhino is surrounded by love and by upliftment when we look at it through these eyes, through this lens. You can easily see the flowers and the wings, can you not? We draw Heather's attention to the spiral at its brow. And we remind you of the ease that you can have of the connection with us and all that is through your meditation practice. It is key, it is vital, it is what will elevate you and all around you to those higher timelines of love, integrity, compassion. It is where you will feel like a king or a queen, as we see by the tiny crown on the rhinoceros's horn. For the real power is in love, not in competition and greed. The real power is in love. You can do anything with our assistance, my friends. You can do anything. You can do lots of things without it as well, but we highly recommend that you let us help you. This next card has a beautiful picture of a pumpkin and says productivity. At first glance, Heather did not like this card because she has grown up in a capitalistic society where everything is for sale, shall we say. And she has had many conversations with many of her friends over the years about how it often feels inescapable to not think about productivity or money or monetizing your hobbies or those kinds of things. However, when we invited her to put the Rhino card next to the productivity card, it made a lot more sense. So the productivity that we speak about here is highly connected to the overcoming any obstacle card and the advice from the Rhino today. So your productivity is not about how much you have achieved today. Where is your to-do list? What have you done? What are you doing? It is about the work of spirit, the work of letting go of the ego, of any attachment that you may have to anything, literally anything, and stepping wholeheartedly into the future with a open heart full of light and love and with us at your side. That is the work of ages, my friend. That is the work of ages. It is all about allowing. Heather looks at the next card because of course she drew them but then forgot what they were. And when she is sitting with us, the 3 or 4D world around her sort of recedes quite a lot because she is sitting at our table and we have her focus here. But the next card is wisdom, and it's the bay tree. Beautiful green leaves, a book of some sort. And Heather laughs because that is the culmination of what we were just saying. The work of ages is the ability to allow spirit, your heart, to guide your life. Does this feel right to me? Does this feel wrong to me? Without ego. Where does my heart want me to go? Up or down? Left or right? Forward or back? And if you are indeed connected with the wings and the love of spirit, it will always, always be forward and always, always be up. How can love be anything but up, my friends? How can love be anything but up? And this last card, which makes Heather smile, says happiness. Marjoram is the herb that it speaks of with its beautiful purpley pink flowers. Again, aligning with the purple, pink, red, white flowers of the Rhino spirit. And Heather paused because she actually didn't even notice the purple flowers next to the Rhino until we pointed out the flowers of the Marjoram card. Happiness, my friends, happiness. And most of us watching here or listening here would probably have figured out by now that happiness in life does not come from external sources, doesn't come from the job or the bank account or the lover or the family or the dog or the cat. Doesn't really come from any of those. It comes from within. Because you might have all of those external trappings of success, as they say. Interesting phraseology, is it not? Trappings of success. Fame or money or status in that way. And you can have all of those and still be lonely and sad and empty within. But if you are filled up from within, then those ideals or cultural norms or cultural expectations or whatever they are of success are icing on the cake, my friends. They're icing on the cake. Happiness breeds health. Healthy cells, happy heart. And when you are filled up from the inside and lit up from the inside, nothing can touch you, my friends. Nothing can touch you. And you magnetize everything on that higher timeline. And again, like we said at the beginning, or like Heather said at the beginning, it is a ripe time for manifesting. So be very aware of your thoughts. Be very aware of your actions. Be very aware of your integrity and your alignment to those things. And as we suggested at the beginning, that meditation practice is really important. It is key, it is vital to connect with us, up and down, big column of light, at least a 8 meters, 26 feet diameter bubble of light around you, your Merkaba, the vehicle of your soul. Allow it to spread out further than that, for you are getting bigger, my friends. Your light is getting bigger and brighter as we walk forward into these new times, these uncharted territories, as we again give Heather the vision of a sailor with her hand on the rudder, steering faithfully through the storms. And the GPS is us, my friends. The GPS is us. And again, you connect to us through your heart. So breathe into your heart. Exhale from your heart. Lead from the heart as often and as much as you can. Ask us for our assistance, and we will hold your hand. Gratefully, easily, swiftly, gently, profoundly and everlastingly, we will hold your hand. We will hold your hand. We will hold your hand. For we love you dearly. You are brave and bold and delightful, my friends. You are delightful. We love you. Please ask us to come closer in your dreams, in your meditations, in your sleep, in your waking life, my friends. And we will speak to you all again very soon, with very much love. And so it is. It's beautiful, peaceful, profound. I feel quite still and full. It's quite nice. And as we finished just now, there's a beautiful lull in the neighborhood as well. You know, those profound moments of peace where everything just seems still. It's nice. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. I've still got my eyes shut. That's funny. Even though you can't see my moving face. And I just realized as we were finishing that I'm wearing green today. I literally am wearing green. Well, you'll see it in the photo, I suppose. Yeah, it's quite funny. I bought new boots yesterday and they're green too. So yeah, lots of heart energy without even realizing. That's quite funny. All right, my lovely friends, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for following along. Thank you for supporting my lovely little small business in this cute little corner of the internet. Share the video if you think others will benefit. Comment on the video because that helps the, you know, rhythm of the owls to go. Funny. Yeah, buy some stuff if you want. Yeah, take good care, have a good month, rest, drink water, all of that good stuff. Yeah, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Much love. Bye.